Have you ever lost your voice? Or did you just misplace it? Or maybe you know exactly where it is, but you've just hit mute or pause or just turn the volume way, way down low. I am so glad you are here. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to ask your patience right now. I've had a cold all week. In fact, my voice is the best it has sounded in about 4 days. So hopefully it lasts throughout this entire broadcast. When was the last time you lost your voice or muted it or just maybe decided not to use it for a while? I have to share my experience with this. I went to one of the most amazing conferences I've been to in a while. I went to Colorado, spent 2 days with 20 of the coolest people. Honest to goodness, like, I love y'all. I cannot wait for you to meet them. Now that they're in my world, they'll get to be in yours. And they're really, really great people. And they have really amazing messages and things that they want to share with the world. And I cannot wait till they get out there. It was a speaker boot camp, which means that I got there Friday, came home Monday, and spent 72 hours talking. And so when I woke up Monday to come home, there was about 10% of what I was used to. So I thought, I'll just be quiet, right? I'll just take a break. I've been talking so much for 3 days. I'll just kind of tone it down. I canceled a couple of interviews that I had, I was supposed to be on a podcast that I'm going to reschedule. I have to reschedule an interview for Utah Leading Ladies. I moved one of my client calls to next week, and I really just have spent the last 4 days canceling, rescheduling, moving things out of my way, thinking if I can just be quiet, my voice will come back. And so here I am on Thursday, and I got to tell you, honest and truly, to be here, it would have been so much easier to be like, but I'm sick and I don't have much of a voice. And so I'm going to hang out my pajamas on the couch and say, woe is me, because I was so loud. I'm just not ready to use my voice yet. It just isn't 100%. It's not where I want it to be. But that would have been the easy way, right? That would have been to continue my streak for the last 3 days. It would have been really, really easy to hang out in my quiet little office and go, it's not 100%. So I don't want to put it out there yet. I'm going to wait. I'm going to sit here and be quiet and think of all the things I want to say and think of all the people I want to meet and the things I want to do. And I'll wait until it's perfect. Do you see where I'm headed with this? When was the last time you decided to wait, to put it off until it was perfect, to put it off until you thought, now I have something that people will want to hear? I will almost guarantee you, because I know what this sounds like and I know what that recording is going to sound like, this is not my best voice forward. If I were to try to sing right now, singing is one of my favorite things to do. I love just being able to break out into song in any given moment. And right now, when I do that, it's like I can't even push the air out. But it's okay, because even though it's not perfect and it's not the way I wanted it to be 100%, it's worth it. It's worth it to come out here and reach out to you and challenge you to suck it up. Get over it. This happens all the time in business, and it's not just, there's going to be those of us who, they're like, it's not perfect, I don't want to put it out yet, so I'm just going to be quiet until I'm really sure I'm ready, until I'm really sure my voice is going to land 100% exactly on the mark, exactly as I dreamed it always would be. What happens even more often, I think, than that, is we get really loud. We get really excited about something. We have a new product, we have a new service, we have a new idea, we have a new concept, and we get super, super loud. And we share it with everyone in our space. We spend 3 days talking really loudly and saying all these new exciting things. You spend a lot of time preparing for it, and so then all of a sudden here's the launch, and here's the new idea, and we're on Facebook Live every day, or you're talking to all of your potential clients every day, you're emailing like crazy and phone calling like crazy, and then suddenly you're like, oh, that was really loud, and I know it was intentional, and it was getting loud with purpose, but I should probably be quiet. Now they're probably tired of hearing from me. I said so many of my words, and I shared so many of my ideas, and put my passion and my vision and my message out there. It's probably my turn to just be quiet. Does that sound about right? You had something you wanted to share and you did it. You got brave. Congratulations. That's amazing. Honest and truly, way to go you. But you got so loud with purpose, shared all your words, and then you freaked out and went back into the hole. You canceled everything. You quit getting getting on stages. You quit getting on Facebook Live. You quit making phone calls. You stopped going to networking events. Because, hey, well, you already said your stuff and it wasn't your turn anymore. Surely your people must be tired of hearing from you. Let me try to unpack what layers of BS and nonsense that we tell ourselves. 1, your ideal clients will never be tired of you. Ever. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right people. You cannot say too much of the right thing to anyone. So whether they decide that they want to hang out with you or not, your ideal clients are so excited to hear from you every time you open your mouth and get loud with purpose. Every time. It's part of what makes them your ideal client. That you've had your turn, now it's somebody else's turn to be loud. Also, another layer of nonsense. It's not about turns. You can have somebody saying the exact same thing right next to you, and it's going to land differently when they say it than when you say it. This is not about taking turns. This is about standing up and claiming your voice and owning it and sharing it every single time you have an opportunity. It's about creating new opportunities to share it. It's about finding new audiences that are ready to listen. There is no too much of a good thing when it comes to your voice, when it comes to 100% of what you want to share, your vision, your mission, your movement. There's no wrong time to share that at 100% of whatever you've got. That's the next level of nonsense. Don't you like that? I'm toning this down so I don't upset anybody, but you have got to get your stuff together and own it. The fact that you think you have to have it 100% and buttoned up is a load of excuses, and it's a crock, and I'm done. I'm so tired of watching good people with great messages be quiet. I am so tired of watching great people with amazing messages mute themselves. They allow someone else to mute them. They allow a perception to mute them. And if you think that you have to have it 100% before it's worthy of sharing, you are mistaken. I am here to tell you right now, if it is your heart, your soul, your passion, your mission, your message, if it's your vision, if it is what you are meant to do, even 10% is better than nothing. And no, your stuff isn't buttoned up. I don't even know you right now, and I'll tell you right now, your stuff isn't 100% buttoned up. I hope it's not 100% buttoned up, because that means you're not growing. That means that you're spending too much time worrying about your website and not enough time worrying about your clients. It's okay. Your brand is this evolutionary process. It will never be done. It gets to grow with you. It's okay if your stuff isn't 100% polished. It's okay if you show up and give it everything you have and it doesn't land perfectly. It's part of one of those things that I experienced. I've always known it, and then I experienced it this last weekend. I shared a whole new idea with these people. Concept I hadn't talked about out loud with anybody other than my accountability partner and my coach. Now my husband got an earful too. But I hadn't actually said it in public. And it didn't land the way I wanted it to. I got off stage and thought, oh, next time will be better. That landed at about 35%. I'm so excited. I got really worked up about it. And it didn't quite land the way I had hoped, the way I had dreamed. And I still had people come up to me saying, I need to know more. What is that you're talking about? When can we have coffee together? When can we schedule an opportunity to talk? And that's at about 35%. Can you imagine what you could do with 35%? As opposed to nothing? As opposed to muting yourself and being silent until you felt 100% ready? Oh my gosh! Those people are out there waiting for you to impact their lives. And you're hanging out in your office waiting for it to be perfect. I love you big, but knock it off. It's time to stop. It's time to say, you know, it's okay. I have a cold. My voice sounds really, really rough. It's time you get to stop putting things off. Stop canceling and rescheduling. Quit hiding in your office and quit waiting for it to be 100%. It's not about perfection. It's about authenticity. It's about collaboration. It's about being willing to share everything you've got, even without the guarantee that it'll land perfectly. Because like I said, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right people. It's not a thing. So share it. At whatever level you can get out, share it. Step up, claim your voice. Don't mute it. It is so time to get loud with purpose. Your people are waiting. You are waiting. Your vision is waiting. So wherever it is you've misplaced your voice, wherever it is you turn the volume down a little bit, wherever super safe, secure place that you've hidden it so no one will ever find it, get it out. Use it, claim it, own it, share it. And until I hear from you, rock on.